Welcome to episode 50 of KidFit. I'm Michael.
I'm Tiffany, and we are filming in Angryong Park today, and I would like to say Happy Olympic Week to sports fans everywhere.
And Happy Chinese New Year.
For everyone too.
Yes.
All right, let's get on to Fit News.
So what's going on in Fit News this week?
I've got something very interesting for you. In fact, the Quebec government is thinking of imposing a 15% tax on junk food. So stuff like chocolate bars and marshmallows are part of this tax, as also a list of about 30 items or so. And what would happen is that you pay an extra 15% tax if you buy these foods, and the money that's collected goes back into health programs. So this is actually to deter people from buying more junk food, and I think it will work. But it's not in place yet, but we will definitely keep you posted when it does happen, as well as so you can look at the list of foods that are taxable, because this list can change as well, so be careful with that.
Yeah, so be careful if you buy more chewing gum nowadays. Yeah. So a new study has found that barefoot runners have a safer stride. So the study was done by Harvard University, and they researched people who run regularly on their barefoot or with minimal cushioning, and they found that the way their foot hits the ground is a lot different as opposed to those who actually run traditionally and do the heel strike. So they actually found that the people who run barefoot or with minimal cushioning land more on their toes and more with the midfoot. So that causes more of a spring movement. So that actually reduces the impact collision that you would get when hitting the ground with your heel. You also notice that when you do hit with the ground with your heel, the heel strike actually causes a lot of force that goes up your body, and that force is actually equivalent to 2 to 3 times of your body weight. So that's a lot of force when you think about it. That's why you find that a lot of people who do run with traditional running shoes and do the heel strike, they will have a lot of injuries in their shins and in their knees and in their hips. Okay, and in the U.S. they also and in the study they also studied people in the U.S. and in Kenya, and they compared the two, and they found that Kenyans do actually run, because they do run on their barefoot, they do have less chances of, they do suffer from less injuries in their lower body. Yeah.
So I also want to mention that if you're thinking of changing to this type of running, be very careful, because the gait's not going to come naturally to you. It'll be very strange, so be careful.
Yeah, those of you who have weak calves will notice it the most. There are shoes out there that you can buy that actually help you run more on your toes and on your midfoot, and to avoid the heel strike. One of these shoes I will be talking about in a future episode of KidFit, so definitely when you have time, check out that episode.
Alright, so the last thing I want to share with you guys is that there was a recent study that just came out linking soda pop and pancreatic cancer. Now, before you start panicking, this study was a very small study, and it also was a little bit inconclusive at the end. It was not proven that soda will increase pancreatic cancer, but it was more the high intake of sugar that can increase the incidence of pancreatic cancer. So if you do consume a lot of soda during the week, you may want to cut that down anyways, because it's not exactly nutritious. But at the same time, we don't know what it is yet, so don't panic.
No.
But we'll definitely let you know what's up with that.
Yeah, so more water for people at parties.
Exactly. So that'll be it for Fit News this week.
So for our next Fit tip, we're going to talk about something that I've always hear people asking me when I'm at work, and that is, should I do cardio or should I do weights? Now, the answer is, it depends. Okay, it depends on your goals, and it depends on other variables that might come into play, such as the time that you spend in your workout, the resources that you have, such as equipment, whether you're injured or not will affect what type of workout you will do, and most importantly, what motivates you the most, because you don't want to end up doing a program that you're going to give up on. You want to do something that motivates you to stay at the gym or to work out, therefore to achieve your goals. So we're going to actually, for this Fit tip, we're going to take a couple of the goals that you may have, and we're going to see whether you should be doing cardio, or you should be doing weights, or if you should be doing both. Goal number 1, to lose fat. Now with cardio, you do actually immediately burn more calories when you do a cardiovascular activity. When you do cardio, you burn approximately 10 to 12 calories per minute versus 8 to 10 calories per minute when you do weights. But when you do weights, you actually continue to burn calories after your workout as your muscles recover. And in the long run, as you build more muscles, you actually burn more calories when you have more muscles in your body. So technically the winner here is weight training, but in reality, you should actually be trying to do both when you're trying to burn up, when you're trying to lose body fat, because you want to burn the maximum amount of calories you can per workout. Goal number 2, to avoid injury. Because most cardio activity is repetitive in movement, doing a lot of the same cardio activity can actually increase the risk of injuries to muscles, ligaments, joints, and tendons. Strength training, and in particular balance and functional training, can increase the stability and help reduce the risk of injuries. So technically, the winner for this one is to strength train. Goal number 3, to reduce health risks and to live longer. Now, research has shown that aerobic activity reduces the risk of obesity, heart disease, type 2 diabetes, osteoporosis, stroke, and in some cases, certain types of cancer. Research has also shown that by doing strength training, it reduces the abdominal obesity, which increases the risk of many chronic health risks. But not enough research has been found in this area, so technically the winner for this one is cardio. Goal number 4, to reduce stress. Research has shown that as little as 15 minutes of aerobic activity done 3 times per week will significantly decrease stress. This is done by when the body releases serotonin when you do aerobic activity. Research has also shown with strength training some promising results, but not as much research has been done in this area. So in this case also, cardio wins this one. So as you can see, it really depends on your goals as to whether or not you should strength train more or you should do more cardio. But in the end, it's more beneficial to do both. So this wraps up this week's Fit Tip, and we will see you next time.
So on this week's In Foodmation, I'll be talking about the clementine. So this is also in honor of Chinese New Year, where clementines are very popular because they are a symbol of abundance, luck, and prosperity. So if you are visiting family or friends, definitely bring some as a gift. So my major questions were, what's the difference between a clementine, a mandarin, and a tangerine? So there's actually a difference, and I'll let you know what I found out. Now, in fact, mandarins are actually a variety of oranges, which makes sense because they kind of look and taste a little bit like oranges. However, tangerines and clementines are actually sub-varieties of mandarins. Now, the biggest difference is that clementines are traditionally seedless, and tangerines have seeds and can be somewhat sour at times. But if you do find a clementine with seeds, that means it's been cross-pollinated by the bees, so it's not exactly pure anymore. Now, also what's really important is that like oranges, they are full of vitamins and antioxidants. So it's definitely a good thing to have during this season, because after December or so, this is when they're more in season. You can find them everywhere, and they're very sweet and juicy. So I would highly suggest you go out, pick yourself up a case of clementines, enjoy them, and also spread the abundance, luck, and prosperity, and Happy New Year to you and your family. That'll be it for information this week.
So this wraps up this week's episode of KinFit.
Please check back our show notes for all the information we want you to find out more about.
And if you have any ideas, suggestions, or questions you want to send us, just email them to us at info@kinfit.tv.
Big thank you goes out to Vincent for braving the cold
with his wintry Olympic mittens. So remember, don't quit.
Stay fit. Maybe.
Yeah.
All right, so that'll be it for KinFit this week. Shoot. Oh man.
That's more at KinFit this week, folks.
All right, let's go home.
Yeah.
Can't we splice that part?
No. I'm off centered, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Don't tell me how to do my job. I don't tell you how to do yours.
I'm just making sure, because I look like I'm centered. Okay, go.
All right.